A. East-west connector is starting to build a little bit of volume westbound at the top of the S-curve. Southbound Alex Fraser backing things up west of the Westminster Highway overpass, easing off by mid-span. And northbound is heavy on the 91 at those lights at 72nd, right from around 64th Avenue. 91A Queensboro Bridge backing up now to the Westminster Highway overpass. Southbound across the Queensboro Bridge is fine, but as soon as you head southbound of the 91A, you slow right from Howes. Patello Bridge, the bridge deck is fine, but stop-and-go traffic down McBride right through that Queens Park stretch. Seeing some slowdowns if you're heading on over to the Portman Bridge. You've got a car with a flat eastbound at the west end in the right of the exit lane, so it's been a pretty busy day over at the Portman Bridge. So those exit lanes, yep, they're definitely seeing some pretty slow traffic. You can just stick with those right through lanes, and then you get off either at 160th and then backtrack your way over to 152 if you have to get off there. Westbound is fine. Over to eastbound traffic on the Maryhill bypass, seeing delays from the off-ramp from Highway 1. And westbound looks like it's moving along better. There was a collision on the Maryhill bypass before Shaughnessy in the left lane. Lougheed Highway is actually looking pretty good along the Pitt River Bridge, and the Goldener's good to go there in both directions. 4:38 top traffic headlines before we head into a quick break. Watch out in Abbotsford. We've got a collision along South Fraser Way eastbound just before Trethewey. That one's in the left lane. Vancouver, a crash in the intersection of Broadway and Glen. You've got single lane traffic on Broadway. There's also a crash 12th Avenue eastbound at Burrard. Stay away from that area as eastbound traffic is blocked. And a police incident in Vancouver. Hastings blocked eastbound between Columbia and Maine. After the break, another bridge and tunnel report. Global Sky Tracker weather forecast. The very latest from the BC ferries and the borders, and more traffic hotspots.
Hey, check out the new Genesis Multi-View Galaxy 48 Luxury Fireplace by Savannah. Whoa, 48 inches of nothing but flame.
But there's no screen. It'll need gaps and louvers in the wall and won't spread heat around the room.
It doesn't need a screen. The Genesis Heat Shield protects, and radiant thermal convection control transfers heat for maximum efficiency. No gaps, no louvers.
No contest. Let's get it.
Visit the Fireplace Warehouse in Richmond and Fireplaces Unlimited in Surrey and Vancouver.
It's 5:15. You're on your way home from a long day at work, or so you think. There's an accident just ahead of you. You have no other way to go. You are perturbed by this, but before your blood hits the boiling point, just sit back, relax, and remember that Buster's Towing is on the way. Buster's Towing keeps Vancouver moving. With the largest fleet in Western Canada, Buster's can get to any accident or stall faster than anyone. Buster's Towing, 685-8181.
Applewood Nissan Richmond is having a renovation sale with everything in their entire inventory priced to sell. At least 200 vehicles need to go right now. So not only is Applewood Nissan Richmond offering blow-up pricing on all cars, they're also paying you the GST at all Applewood Nissan locations. If you're in the market for a car, truck, or SUV, visit Applewood Nissan today in Surrey, Richmond, and applewood.ca.
It's all good at Applewood.
Have you been waiting for that right time to make that big purchase? Whether it's buying that dream property you've always wanted, taking the trip of a lifetime, or brightening up your home with a renovation this spring, Capital Direct can help make all of those a reality. Let your house lend a hand. If you could use $30, $60, or even $600,000, we're here to help. Call Capital Direct today at 1-800-NEW-CAPITAL to see what's available for you.
CapitalDirect.ca.
AM 730, all traffic, all the time.
This is AM 730, Vancouver's traffic and information station, with the most up-to-date traffic in Metro Vancouver.
Good afternoon. Welcome back to the AM 730 Traffic Center. 441, 9 degrees. A couple of showers out there in downtown Vancouver. I'm Caitlin Osansky here with you. Christy Gordon will come in and she'll let us know what's happening later on in the week with the Global Sky Tracker weather forecast, a bridge and tunnel report on the way too. But first, let's get to the latest traffic hotspots. He's here right now, Mark Staling.
I am, and we'll start with the delays at the Portman. Bunch of different small issues at the Portman today. The latest is a car with a flat tire eastbound at the west end. It's in the right lane of the Surrey exit lane. So it's 152 exit lane. So take the through lanes east over the Portman and you'll get across the bridge much faster. Looks like there's still this accident on the Maryhill bypass westbound just before Shaughnessy, left lane blocked, busy from about the pedestrian overpass. Police incident in Vancouver. Hastings shut down eastbound between Columbia and Maine. Cordova busy as an alternate. You could always use the Georgia Viaduct, although a lot of people using that right now. Peak rush busy over on Pryor east of the Viaduct in that Strathcona Park stretch due to continuing road work. Crash on 12th Avenue at Burrard. Eastbound traffic completely blocked, and then a collision over on Broadway just west of Clark at Glen. Single lane each way. Busy both directions there. And Surrey, still that closure, 100th Avenue eastbound blocked at 138th for an accident. In Abbotsford, a crash on South Fraser Way, eastbound just west of Trethewey. Still there. Left lane blocked. It's backed up to Clearbrook. Getting word of a house fire in Chilliwack. Avoid the area. Keith Wilson Road between Lickman and Unsworth. And was just noticing a slowdown now. It often bottlenecks. It does bottleneck. The lane's narrow on Highway 1 West between 232 and 208th, where there's that 216th interchange construction. Is there anything else going on? It's just particularly busy right now west between 232 and 208th. If there's something more than just the fact that the lane's narrow, please let me know. Pound 730.
443 major routes now with the AM 730 bridge and tunnel report starting in downtown Vancouver with the Cambie Bridge. You are seeing some delays northbound at the north end due to that water main work they're doing along Smythe, and your typical southbound delays at the south end. Wide open for the Granville and looking good for the Burrard. Viaducts are looking okay. Georgia heading out and Dunsmuir in, but keep in mind crews are working along Pryor between Hawkes and Raymore down to single lanes there each way. That should be wrapped up today by 8 o'clock and then totally by the end of the week. Hastings generally a good option out of downtown. Today it is not unless you get on well past Maine. There is a police incident that has Hastings blocked off eastbound between Columbia and Maine. So if you're getting on a little bit past that point, then you're fine. Westbound is fine though, and I would avoid taking Cordova as well. You're seeing delays backing things up right from Homer Street. To the Lionsgate Bridge we go, and I'm starting to see a little bit of a slowdown on Georgia on the approach. They're doing some kind of, they had it down to one lane each way, and now they're back to 2 lanes north. So hopefully traffic can get moving again. A little bit sluggish for Georgia West right from around Butte and through that Lost Lagoon stretch, but you pick up speed and looking great across the bridge and onto the North Shore. Really no trouble there for Taylor Way or Capilano. Still busy for Marine Drive east from Taylor Way as you merge onto the bridge, and then once you get going, traffic easing up there nicely. Over to the Ironworkers Memorial, just seeing delays down the cut from Lynn Valley Road. Your feeder routes have eased off nicely, looking good from Keith and Maine, and steady across the bridge as you head into Vancouver. Still a slow go for eastbound Highway 1 right through Vancouver, through that Burnaby Lake stretch, easing off once you get into Coquitlam. But the good news is no westbound delays across the Ironworkers and onto the North Shore. Richmond Bridge is cooperating nicely for the Arthur Lang, moving along great for Russ Baker and Grant McConaughey Way. Wide open for the Oak, and starting to see Marpole, that stretch of Oak through that Marpole region is still busy between Park and 70th. Knight Street Bridge busy on the approach just north of Cambie. Once you're onto the bridge, traffic does ease off, and traffic is moving steady if you're heading southbound out of Vancouver and into Richmond. AM 730 Eye in the Sky, brought to you by Alpine Credits. Here's Trish Jewison.
Thanks, Caitlin. Busy at the Massey Tunnel today. Despite counterflow being in for southbound traffic, it is still slow from solid, actually, from Highway 91 on the approach. Once you get through the tunnel, it is very busy where that counterflow lane ends, and you bottleneck into the regular 2 lanes. It is really congested between Highway 17A and Highway 17 this afternoon for southbound traffic. Northbound, pretty typical, actually. It is backed up just south of Highway 17A on the approach. Don't forget, hands-free means your phone can only be used with a single touch or voice command. ICBC, drive smart. I'm Trish Jewison in the M730 Eye in the Sky.
Thank you so much, Trish, for that update. East-West Connector seeing some westbound delays through the S-curve. Alex Fraser really busy this afternoon, backing things up west of the Westminster Highway overpass, easing off by mid-span, but heavy on the 91 northbound at those lights at 72nd, backing up north of 64th Avenue. Heads up, Highway 17 at the 91 connector. Eastbound traffic is backing up almost to 80th Street, so quite busy through that region. And over to the Queensboro Bridge in the 91A, we've got a stall northbound at the south end in the right lane. Traffic heavy, backing up all the way onto the east-west connector from the Westminster Highway overpass. Southbound is busy. You're seeing stop-and-go traffic across the Queensboro Bridge, but really sluggish right from Howells for the 91A southbound if you're trying to merge onto the Alex Fraser. Marineway heavy west of North Fraser. Stewardson not too bad. If you're heading into New West, you're seeing a bit of a slowdown between 5th and 3rd, but wide open down 20th. Patello Bridge is fine. On the approach, you're seeing those slowdowns. Not normally what we see anymore, but McBride busy right from around 8th Avenue and down through that Queen's Park stretch. Royal Avenue, you're seeing delays from 10th as well, but like I said, great shape across the bridge into Surrey and no delays on the Surrey side for Scott Road or King George Boulevard. So there's brand new trouble. It's not really brand new, but it's been there for quite some time. The poor Portman Bridge just can't get a break today. It's one thing after the other. A car with a flat now eastbound at the west end. It's in the right of the 152 exit lanes. So be mindful of that. It is quite busy if you're taking those 152 exit lanes. I would say take those through lanes and then get off at your earliest exit, which I guess would be 160th there, even over the Pack Highway and backtrack, or really depending on where you're trying to go. And you'll definitely bypass. It is quite busy as a result for that right to 152 exit lane. Then you've got delays ahead of you there, of course, the 200th and 208th, where they're doing that interchange construction, and it tends to bottleneck where you lose that HOV lane. And then also you're seeing a slowdown right as you approach 264th. Westbound is slow between 264th as well, and then again as they're doing that interchange construction at 216th. So those lanes are still in your favor, but they do narrow. That's why traffic starts to bottleneck through that area. Maryhill bypass busy eastbound from that Highway 1 off-ramp until you get to Shaughnessy. And then in Port Coquitlam, the good news, they cleared that crash. It was westbound before Shaughnessy, so it looks like traffic's starting to ease off there nicely. If you're trying to take Lougheed Highway through the Colony Farm region, eastbound heavy between United and Pitt River, the Pitt River Bridge is wide open and really no delays for the Golden Ears in both directions.
Mercedes-Benz is celebrating the auto show season with incredible offers on most models. Visit a Mercedes-Benz Vancouver retail group store today. Offers end March 31st.
Good afternoon. I'm Christy Gordon with your Global Sky Tracker weather forecast. It certainly took a little while for that rain to push in, but we are going to see it through the evening hours into tomorrow morning. Now, tomorrow we only have a chance of showers on the way, and it's mainly through the morning hours. We could even see some breaks of blue sky tomorrow afternoon, but still remaining a little unsettled for your Wednesday with a high of 9 degrees. The sunshine returns Thursday and Friday with highs of 10 degrees. That's near average for this time of year. And so far your weekend, it looks a little overcast, but mainly dry.
Applewood's Vehicle Value Package gives you lifetime engine warranty, lifetime towing, lifetime no-charge warning light diagnostics, lifetime no-charge fluid top-up, and more. It's all good at applewood.ca.
449 top traffic headlines. Watch out over the Queensboro Bridge stalled northbound at the south end in the right lane. An update from the AM730 Eye on the Sky, brought to you by Alpine Credits. Here's Trish.
Thank you, Caitlin. What a coincidence. I'm right above this stall at the Queensboro Bridge, as you said, northbound at the south end in the right lane. A tow truck is on scene already, and there's another one trying to make its way to it. So I'm not sure why they need two tow trucks, but there you have it. It's partially, the stall itself is off to the right shoulder, but the tow truck is partially in that right lane. So traffic is still able to get by, but it is heavily backed up, as you guys have been mentioning for a while now. Solid right to the 91 on the approach. It's just jammed. So if you don't have to take this route, just avoid it for the time being. Discover the Irish charm with Air Canada Vacations. Ireland packages starting at $1,499. Contact your travel agent or visit aircanadavacations.com. I'm Trish Jewison in the AM730 Eye in the Sky.
Thanks very much, Trish, for that update. We're back in a few short moments. We'll get to the latest from the BC ferries and the borders and more traffic hotspots.
When you say,
I only texted stoplights,
you're really saying,
I use my phone when I think I can get away with it.
When you say,
I just glance at the screen,
you're really saying,
I'll take my eyes off the road for like 5 seconds.
When you make excuses for using your phone while driving, what you're really saying is,
maybe I don't care about the people I share the road with.
Right now, police are targeting distracted drivers. So before you say anything, think about putting your phone down and staying safe instead. Brought to you by your local police.
Morning, Bob. Quite the site office. Can you fit anything else in here?
Yeah, I know. Gotta get you to fill out this paperwork, too.
Paperwork? Who uses paper? Check out what our company uses.
Is that a construction program for your phone?
Yeah, it's SiteMax. All my stuff's in here. Time cards, photos, site and safety forms. I even checked in here to start on time.
SiteMax, eh?
Say goodbye to stacks of paper and inconsistent documentation. Centralize all your processes in the cloud with SiteMax. Proudly Canadian, built by builders for GCs and subs. Get your free trial at sitemax.cloud.
The Canada-US plan from TELUS helps you switch seamlessly between two countries. So whether you're in the US or here at home, you'll have one convenient TELUS plan. That means unlimited talk and text anywhere in the States and, of course, here at home. Plus, use your data to find the awesomest things to see and do. Again, just like at home. The Canada-US plan from TELUS. Two countries, one plan, zero worries. Learn more at TELUS.com/Canada-US.
is AM 730, Vancouver's traffic and information station. Canada's most listened to traffic station.
Welcome back to the AM 730 Traffic Center. It's 4:51 and 9 degrees. I'm Caitlin Osansky here with you. Lots to get to, but first, to the AM 730 Eye in the Sky. It's brought to you by Alpine Credits. Here's Trish.
Double update for you here at the Port Mann Bridge. Two problems in both directions. So we've got this car with a flat tire. It's eastbound at the west end in the right 152nd exit lane with a main road truck and a tow truck on scene. It looks like they're trying to replace the wheel. Traffic is backing up a little bit west of the Cape Horn interchange for that one. Once you get past it, though, traffic is free and clear. Westbound, dealing with a stall. It's westbound at mid-span in the HOV lane. No tow truck or anything on scene to that one yet, and traffic is backing up to the east end of the bridge. Prepare your taxes for free with UFile tax software and pay only when you're ready to file. Visit ufile.ca today. I'm Trish Jewison in the AM 730 Eye in the Sky.
Thank you so much, Trish, for that update. Now the rest of the traffic hotspots with Mark Staling.
Yeah, tow on the scene to that stall at the Queensboro northbound south end right lane blocked. That's why the 91A is backed all the way down to the 91. In Vancouver, police incident. Hastings blocked off eastbound from Columbia through to Maine. Steer clear. Cordova busy, but a better route will get you through at least. Crash at 12th and Burrard. Last report, 12th Avenue blocked off eastbound at Burrard. Hard to tell if that's still the case. If you have an update at 12th and Burrard, let us know. Broadway and Glen, a crash at that intersection, so that's just west of Clark. Single lane each way, and quite busy there over at Broadway and Glen. Pardon me. In Surrey, a crash 100th Avenue eastbound at 138th. Eastbound traffic blocked. New trouble in Langley, an accident on 56th Avenue eastbound at 204th. Eastbound traffic blocked. Collision in Abbotsford. South Fraser Way eastbound just west of Trethewey. Left lane blocked. And a house fire in Chilliwack has Keith Wilson Road closed off between Lickman and Unsworth. Any other updates? Call pound 730.
West Group Equipment and its family of companies are thrilled to be recognized as one of BC's top employers for 2018. And they want you to join their award-winning team. At West Group Equipment, Williams Machinery, and Westera Equipment, people matter a lot. They invest in employee growth, believing individual effort makes a difference and contributes to a great customer experience. Current job openings are in service, sales, and parts. Find your fit at westgroupequipment.com. Do what you love, hands-on.
AM 730. Now, the current conditions of BC ferries.
We're slowly approaching 5 o'clock, so next really available sailing from Tsawwassen to Swartz Bay. There's a 6 o'clock sailing, and that one is well under half capacity. Tsawwassen to Duke Point, 5:45, just over half capacity. Next sailing from Swartz Bay to Tsawwassen at 7 o'clock, well under half capacity there. And just taking a quick peek to Nanaimo, Duke Point, Tsawwassen, 5:45, just over half capacity. And all the other sailings of the BC ferries are well under and not even nearing selling out. You can always take a look at a list of sailing times and current conditions at our website, am730.ca.
Now, the AM 730 BCAA Travel Insurance Border Report.
Borders are quiet into the United States this afternoon. Peace Arch Pack Highway, 5-10 minute wait. Aldergrove and the Sumas crossing, a 5-minute wait there as well. Heading into Canada northbound, busy for, well, actually Peace Arch is fine, 10 to 15, but 20 to 25 minutes for Pack Highway. Quiet, though, for the Aldergrove and the Sumas crossing with a 5-minute wait. Please keep in mind, border wait times are estimates as traffic is constantly changing. 4:55, major routes now at the AM 730 Bridge and Tunnel Report. Starting in downtown Vancouver, getting busy for the Cambie Bridge northbound at the north end and southbound at the south end. Stick to the Granville or even in the Burrard as an alternate route. Lionsgate Bridge wide open northbound, getting to southbound not too bad, just seeing delays eastbound Marine Drive from Taylor Way merging onto the bridge, and then from the northbound side busy from Cap as you loop onto the bridge. Once you get going though, traffic easing off there quite nicely. Starting to see a little bit of a slowdown. Well, no, it's actually easing off. That's what I meant to say. From the North Shore, busy down the cut from Taylor or from Lynn Valley as you head on the approach to the Ironworkers, and your feeder routes are wide open there too. But Highway 1 eastbound through Vancouver, Burnaby into Coquitlam, you're still seeing some pretty massive delays. Westbound through the Cassiar Tunnel is sluggish, but easing off nicely once you get onto the North Shore. Richmond bridges are cooperating. Arthur Lang and Oak. Knight is busy on the approach between Cambie and Bridgeport, and then steady in both directions. Counterflow in at the Massey Tunnel, but heavy for southbound 99 from Cambie all the way into Delta, and then you'll do bottleneck when you have to get back into those two lanes. Traffic doesn't recover fully until you get past 80th Street. Northbound have to merge into that one lane. It's busy from the 17A. East-west connector, west westbound delays right through the S-curve, southbound on the Alex Fraser, busy just west of the Westminster Highway overpass, easing off by about mid-span, and traffic's starting to ease off on the 91. Those lights at 72nd backing up now midway between 72nd and 64th. 91A Queensboro Bridge. A stall northbound at the south end in the right lane. Tow truck on scene, damage done. 91A backing up all the way onto the 91 right from the Westminster Highway overpass. Southbound on the Queensboro Bridge is fine, but as soon as you get to Howe, southbound 91 is solid all the way on the approach to the Alex Fraser. Heading on over to the Patello Bridge, the bridge deck is fine, but it's busy down McBride through the Queen's Park stretch, but great shape on the Surrey side. Okay, it's a busy one over at the Portman Bridge. You got a car at the flat eastbound at the west end and the right of the 152 exit lanes. The good news is crews are on the scene. The bad news is damage has been done. So if you're just trying to get onto the Portman Bridge, I'd take the through lanes and then get off either at 160th or Pack Highway, and you're seeing a massive delays as you head through that Cape Horn interchange. Westbound, not out of the woods. You've got a stall mid-span in the HOV lane, so you are definitely seeing some westbound delays as right from the east end of the bridge. Maryhill Bypass, busy one for eastbound traffic from the Highway 1 off-ramp to Shaughnessy, then easing off nicely. Pitt River's wide open, and there's no trouble for the Golden Ears in both directions. Stay tuned. The news is next.
34 years ago, it was flat out the most innovative vehicle ever